going to be taking a look at the Frontier Soft Sap made by Green Man Leather. We're looking at here is when we say soft sap, means it's a leather billy club, leather sap, or also known as a slapjack, filled with a soft steel shot in there, as opposed to the hard plate you might find in some blackjacks or some other saps. So when we say it's soft sap, it's got a lot of flexibility to it. When we slap it on there, it's going to have some give. It's been represented throughout history in a whole bunch of traditional art, old school movies, stuff like that. The traditional Sailor Jerry Sailor Jerry Collins tattoo design, Love Thy Neighbor, features the leather billy club. This normally has a handle that comes up here, but that's what it's based off of. Back in the 50s, 40s, or even earlier, the old soft saps were a police officer's or the discriminating gentleman's tool of choice when it came to self-defense, or one of the tools of choice when it came to self-defense. This specific one that I ordered, I'm really stoked on it. It fits really nicely in the hand. If you can get a few fingers in there and wrap it around. We've got a nice little impact tool here. As an edged and impact weapons instructor, I really love the saps. I'm getting myself quite the collection. I'm beginning to play with a couple different variations on applications. But a soft sap is a great little tool for somebody interested in keeping themselves safe without resorting to something a lot more serious. Even a hard sap, like with the steel plate as opposed to the shot, the possibility of injuring somebody is a lot, it's a great deal more likely with a hard sap than with a soft sap. I'm a big fan. This one, being the Frontier, it's a lot smaller. It's a recreation of, or this one specifically is a recreation of the 1900s version. It's used apparently by Civil War reenactors, because this is an old Western design. You'll notice it's got a 6-inch handle. That's for wrapping around the fingers, and there's a few different ways you can do it: 2-finger grip, or even the 3-finger. Either way, you wrap around, you're not going to lose that. And it's got the 6-inch hand loop. I really like the soft saps. I don't have many of these. I want to play with a few more. Because of their flexibility, when you do make an impact with the soft sap, it carries through. That weight carries through as opposed to bouncing off. And that carrying through allows the impact, just like punching into a target when you're doing martial arts. You're not bouncing away. This impact is carried right into the target. So that's an option with a soft sap as opposed to a hard sap, or even a stick, or a billy club, or an asp baton, something like that. The soft saps really, the impact goes in. The impact compresses the shot that's inside there. So it's a lot like a shotgun shell. There's a steel shot in there, and when you make that impact, the shot compresses, and it allows a strong impact, not a sharp impact where you might cut somebody, but this will go into the muscle. This will go into the bone, but it's less likely to break a bone as opposed to bruise. So I really, really like this in particular because it's a small, slim design. You can have this in your pocket, but I really like the soft saps. It's got a nice wobble on there, which is kind of funny, but if you were in the event where you had to ding somebody into a muscle group, that's going to numb out the muscle group. But at the same time, if you have to ding somebody in the head, or a bony group, they're going to feel that. In the Filipino arts that I'm trained in, there's a maxim that steel seeks flesh and wood seeks bone. Or wood seeks bone, steel seeks flesh, meaning the edged weapons go out. They attack fleshy targets. Impact weapons usually attack bony targets. What's really interesting with the saps is that maxim isn't necessarily true, because you can use an impact weapon, especially a soft impact weapon, to go after fleshy targets like muscle groups. We're talking like forearm, bicep, the collarbone would be a great one with this, and you avoid doing serious damage to somebody. So this again is the Frontier Sap, put out by Green Man Leather. He customized it with the color and stuff like that. He's got a brown with some black drops on there. There's my initials in there, and he could do some custom design work for you. But yeah, I'll put up his website, and be sure to take a look at his products. I'm really stoked. This one is by far one of my favorite that I've gotten so far in my collection. And yeah, I'm going to be playing with this a little bit to class tomorrow night, and I'll add on some of the video. Alright.
Looked at him, he looked at me. All I could do was hate him.